Hello and welcome to the practice session number 9. This session is going to be a little longer as I am going to show you a full game and ask many questions. You will learn how to prepare the attack. In the game, white starts with pawn to d4. Black plays pawn e6. White plays pawn c3. This is an unusual opening. Generally, players don't play like this. Generally, white players play pawn to c4. But we are not interested in the opening, we are interested in learning how to attack. So let's quickly go through the opening. d5, white played bishop f4, knight f6, pawn e3. The opening has transposed in the London system. Black plays c5, white plays bishop d3, knight c6, knight d2, both sides are developing their pieces. Black played bishop e7 and white simply played knight gf3. Castling. If white wants, white can go short castle and it's a perfectly playable move. But here white has different intentions. White played knight e5. White is delaying his castling. White does not want to go short castle. White wants to go on the long castle and we know the location of the opponent's king, so we can try to push our pawns and start the pawn storm attack on the black's king. Black played rook e8. And here white immediately started the pawn storm attack. Generally, we first develop the queen, then go long castle and then start pushing the pawn storm attack. But in this position, we can change the move order a little bit. It is not going to make a big difference. Because if we want to go long castle, we just move the queen out and in the next move we can go long castle. And we have to start the pawn storm attack anyway, so we just start it right now. Black plays knight cross e5 and white plays d cross e5. Knight to d7, and now white has a strong move. It's not queen f3, it's not long castling. What should white play in this position? Try to pause the video and think about what should white play here. And the answer is white played pawn to g5, sacrificing a pawn. And our logic is we want to open this g file for our rook so that our rook can attack the black's king. If black plays bishop cross g5, if black dares to open the g file, then we can immediately play queen h5. We are threatening to play queen cross h7 check. Black play h6. And now we play rook g1, taking advantage of this open g file. It is very risky to open the file that is pointing toward own king. So playing bishop cross g5 was very risky move for black. And now we are threatening the bishop on g5. So black plays bishop cross f4 after e cross f4. We are still threatening queen cross h6. So black plays king f8. And then we play queen to g4. Our threat is queen cross g7. Black plays pawn to g6. And now it is time for you to pause the video and think about the best move for white. And the answer is white should play bishop cross g6, destroying the pawn cover of the black's king. After f cross g6, you can play queen cross g6. In the next move, we are going to play queen g7 checkmate. And if black plays rook e7, then we play queen g8 checkmate. The king is just too vulnerable, so it's game over. That's why in this position black did not play bishop cross g5. Black played a smart move. Black played knight f8, defending this h7 pawn. And now our queen h5 is not so dangerous. So that's why here we play pawn to h4, simply protecting the pawn and continuing with our pawn storm attack strategy. Black also played bishop d7. And now white plays queen g4. White is trying to create local superiority on the king side. White is bringing his pieces toward the opponent's king. Bishop is already pointing there. White's bishop is already here. So white now brings the queen and points it toward the opponent's king. Then later we can bring the knight into the attack. Our rooks can also join the attack. So this is how you create local superiority. Slowly, one step at a time, you bring your pieces toward the opponent's king. And once enough pieces are there, then you can deliver the killer blow. Here black plays bishop c6, threatening the h1 rook, but it's okay, we go long castle. And here black also started his pawn storm attack. Pawn to b5, his idea is to go pawn b4, c4 and try to attack our king. We continue with our pawn storm, pawn to h5. Black played pawn c4. And now it is time for you to pause the video and think, what should we do with our bishop? Take a long time, pause the video and try to find the best move for white. And the answer is bishop cross h7 check. Killer blow on the h7 square. If black plays king cross h7, then we can simply play g6 check, king g8, g cross f7, king cross f7, and this king is exposed. We can put a rook on g file and try to attack on the g7 square. The king on f7 is very exposed. So in this position, black played knight cross h7. And white wants to open the lines. So we push our pawns forward and open the lines. So we play pawn to g6. We are threatening the knight and black cannot play a move like f cross g6. Because then we play h cross g6. And we have managed to open the h file, and this is deadly for black. After knight to f8, we can play queen to h5. Our threat is queen h8 and the open h file will lead to a checkmate. So in this position, black played knight g5. Black is hiding his king behind these pawns and pieces. And if we want to reach the black king, then we must get rid of these pawns and pieces. Now it is time for you to pause the video and find the best move for white. How do we remove the knight out of the way? How do we remove the g6 pawn out of the way? What should white do to continue the attack? Pause the video and find the best move for white. And the answer is knight to e4. Pawn cannot capture our knight because of this pin. And our knight is attacking the black's knight. So black is forced to play knight cross e4. We sacrifice the whole knight just to get this knight out of the way. And then we play g cross f7. We get the pawn also out of the way. And king cross f7. Now we can play queen g6. Our queen comes near to the opponent's king. Queen g6 check. Now black can play king to g8. We are going to follow up with h6. These pawns will get exchanged. Our rook will become open. Another rook can also join the attack, and these open files are deadly to the black's king. And if black plays king f8, that's what black played in the game. We are going to continue in the similar way. We play h6. We want to open the h file so that rook joins the attack. See, we have sacrificed two pieces, but this king is very vulnerable. Both of our rooks will be super active here. And black cannot play g cross h6 because bishop cross h6 is a checkmate. So here black played bishop f6. Interesting move. And if we capture this bishop, then black can play queen cross f6, bringing his queen into the defense. That's not what we want. We don't want black's queen to defend black's king. That's why we don't capture this bishop. We play h cross g7 check. We continue with our plan. Now the rook is ready to join the attack. And black plays bishop cross g7. Now it's time for you to pause the video and think about white's best move. And the answer is, we play rook to h8 check. Our idea is, after bishop cross h8, we play bishop h6 check. If black plays bishop g7, then queen cross g7 is a checkmate. And if black's king plays king e7, trying to run away, then we play queen h7 check. Bishop g7, queen cross g7, checkmate. I hope you found some of the questions that I asked, and if you found some of the answers correctly, then congratulations to you. And if you are struggling to find answers to these puzzles, then I suggest you watch the course again. It is important that you absorb all of the ideas that I have presented in this course. That's it for this lesson.